Hey everybody, SpaceWindu here with a very special lightsaber. This is my own personal lightsaber, and this is a really long overdue review for it because I got it last year. And my friend Darth Chasm off the FX-Saber forums and off of the Rebel Armory, he's also DC's Saberhood on YouTube, he made me this saber. And he came up with this awesome design that was basically like one of three designs that he proposed to me when I told him the story behind the saber, which is sort of a Star Wars lore tale that I kind of came up with myself. Or what if I was in the Star Wars universe? Who would I be? What kind of Jedi would I be? Who would I want to be? And I thought about that for a really long time, and I really like the era from the Legends books and novels and, comic books, video games, stuff like that. All the Legends stuff from when Luke Skywalker is post Return of the Jedi. So everything after Return of the Jedi, I really love that stuff. And I came up with this story for my own personal lightsaber, which takes place like many years after Return of the Jedi. So Luke is maybe 100 years old, maybe he's even older. Because in those Legends books, George Lucas told the writers that they can't kill Luke, there's certain people they can't kill, and maybe they can't kill Leia, they can't kill Luke for however long that they were going to project the storyline. And I think at the time there was even some article, maybe some little tidbit I caught that said Luke would live past 120. I thought it even said Luke could live to 150, with some Jedi techniques and stuff like that. So the story that I came up with for this Jedi assassin lightsaber hilt was that it's my own personal lightsaber, and I'm sort of a secret apprentice for Luke Skywalker in his latest years. Sort of like, the Force Unleashed video game had Galen Merrick, or Starkiller, who was Darth Vader's secret apprentice. I thought it'd be a cool idea if Luke Skywalker was totally aged and he had a successful Jedi Academy, and he had a successful council of Jedi, a whole world of Jedi, a whole Jedi Order that he brought back to life over those many years from Return of the Jedi to when he was past 100. And, the Legends books takes us to maybe Luke is like 50, 60 years old in where the Legends book leave off, and then, Episode 7, Disney came in and bought Star Wars, then you have Episode 7 and 8. In Episode 8, Luke ends up being kind of like a bum. And I like the Legends story a little more, where he's a very successful Jedi Master, the most powerful and the most successful one ever. And underneath him, there's many other Jedi Masters and stuff like that. But for my character, I thought it'd be cool if it was a secret apprentice, and the idea came from like Darth Maul. Now, when Darth Maul, they say, was like a weapon of Darth Sidious, and Darth Sidious sent him out to kind of be an assassin. So I thought, how cool would it be if Luke Skywalker had his own assassin? Maybe in those later years of his life, there. All along the Legends novels and stuff, there was Sith discovered. There was at one point, he's in his 50s or he's in his 60s, and a new planet of Sith is discovered. They've been cut off from the rest of the galaxy for 5,000 years, and now they're finally making their way back into the New Republic. And what they find is they cause chaos and stuff like that. And the idea for my character would be like Luke, when he finds out about something like that, like maybe there's a temple of bad guys, maybe there's a temple of Sith on some planet, and nobody knows about him, but maybe Luke knows about him, and just to take care of him real quiet-like, he sends me. And this is the Jedi Assassin lightsaber. And Darth Chasm made it really special for me with the only one that I know of, fully copper emitter, made by the Custom Saber shop to Darth Chasm's custom specs, along with the collar that you see there was made by Darth Chasm, the shroud, everything you see here, even the belt clip and the pommel. Darth Chasm made it, and he designed it, and he put in very special touches, which I'm going to go through and show you guys. This is like a really, really high-end saber that has a lot of cool features, including the reveal core with some brass, and the saber kind of features brass, copper, aluminum, and the awesome knurled handle, which the knurled handle idea comes from, well, it comes from Darth Chasm, because he thought it'd be a great idea to have the knurled handle, the way it feels and stuff. And I've had a Koran Horn lightsaber from Genesis Custom Sabers before, where he had the knurled handle. It was, Koran Horn is a character from Legends where he makes his lightsaber out of a speeder bike handle. So that's the idea here, where it is a knurled handle that is weathered as if it got a lot of use, or maybe it's a scrap part from a speeder bike or some other type of handle from the Star Wars universe. And some of the other parts could be gears or different things that are part of that universe at that time, because like I told you, this is like post Return of the Jedi. So there's some influences here from like Kyle Katarn from the Jedi Knight video game in the shroud of the emitter, and Koran Horn influences and other Jedi Knight influences. And even though that's maybe 10 years after Return of the Jedi, 20 years after Return of the Jedi, those sabers, this is propelling us a little further into the future there, and what may have been a lightsaber from that era for me to use as a Jedi assassin for Luke Skywalker. So the idea is, I arrive at this place. Nobody knows about me. None of the other Jedi Masters know about me. None of the other Jedi Knights that Luke has trained know that I exist. And Luke trusts me because I can maybe do these things and it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me to go dark side. Sort of like Mace Windu, how he goes in and he does the bad guys style of dueling because he can handle it, So Luke sends me over there. Maybe I'm hiding in the ceiling. Maybe I'm hiding in the ceiling for a week. Waiting for the right time, waiting to surprise everybody, every bad guy. I drop down out of the ceiling. Some extremely powerful and fast lightsaber maneuvers come out, and who knows, before you know it, I have taken care of 30 people, 30 bad guys, 30 Sith in the building just by taking them by surprise, waiting for the right time, having the Force behind me, all the power of the Jedi in secret kind of going through me. So that's the idea behind the saber. And let me give you guys a closer look at some of the things Darth Chasm did for me with this lightsaber. So like I said, it's got this knurled handle, which is really awesome. And DC made me this sweet belt clip, which is made of brass and copper. We made it so that this, doesn't flop around or anything like that, and it's perfect placement. The pommel is really special. Let's see if it'll focus. Have some copper mesh, some brass parts, and he weathered some of that material. to go along with the rest of the lightsaber. Now, these aluminum parts also have like some kind of powder coating. I think it's the black chrome powder coating, or it's a color that Darth Chasm thought would look awesome here. I think it's black chrome, or it's something like that. Up here we have a couple of accent LEDs, which I actually put a little tin on the LED. It still shines, but just not as bright as before. I figure with a Jedi Assassin lightsaber, we wouldn't want too many bright blinkies there. They also have this faux blinky, which is the kill key, and right underneath it, the rice port. So that kill key's pretty sweet. It looks like an accent LED when it's in there, and it's got the color of green because this saber is my favorite color, Viridian. So Viridian is like just the best green you can imagine. It's just like the movie white core, you know, light tinted green, and I'll show you guys that blade. This Jedi Assassin lightsaber features the Plecter Labs Crystal Focus LS, which is my favorite soundboard so far that I've tried so far. There's a couple other ones that have come out I haven't tried yet, to be quite honest. I haven't had time. It's kind of the reason why this video took so long to get to, because I've been pretty busy myself. So Darth Chasm actually located the CFLS for me. Very hard to find those cards, and as they've been discontinued, it's been even harder to find it. So Darth Chasm located one for me. He did all the legwork. He made the saber. He got the card and all that. The only thing that I did was I made the string blade for this, which is, like I said, the Viridian color. I'll show you guys in a minute. These buttons here, which are practically recessed, brass hat buttons. Darth Chasm has a tutorial on how to do that on the FX-Saber forums if you want to check that out, if you're into doing your own sabers, DIY type stuff. So this is the special collar that was kind of in all three designs that that Mike proposed for this Jedi Assassin. They all had this collar, which is, as you can see, it's really nice. It's got these ribs in it. Everything's weathered. We have a green LED on top of a blue LED, which will go on when the saber's on. Sounds great, as we expected with this saber body. And the Koran horn by Genesis Custom Sabers is one of the best sounding sabers I ever heard, so I knew that with the shape like a Koran horn at the bottom here and a nice amount of hilt resonance, this was going to sound great, and it really, really does. And then as we get closer to the emitter there, as you can see, Darth Chasm made me very own custom shroud, which is super nice, with the knurled thumb screw, which I just love. I don't like carrying around a tool to do the blade retention if we can avoid it, so to have the knurled thumb screw there is awesome. And then, like I told you guys, a copper emitter, which is really cool. Even though it was a very expensive part of the lightsaber, I think you guys can agree it was worth it to do the copper emitter. And Darth Chasm also made me a copper blade plug. When you take the blade plug out, you can see that I have the DIN plug, which I use for the Crystal Focus LS, and Darth Chasm used that here instead of the in-hilt LED, right? Because this is a string blade, so this plug connects to string blade, which is right here. And it's a green day blade with a green day blade tip, drilled out tip for extra illumination with the string blade that's running through here, and a couple LEDs are poking into the tip. And some Makoto foam in the other end of that DIN plug there. But before I just plug in that blade, I just want to show you guys all the work that went into making the chassis in here. It's really, really nice. It's super cool. You just first unscrew the pommel, and you'll see the speaker and the brass chassis with the etching that Darth Chasm made just at the bottom there. And then this part unscrews too. And you'll see right below it is this sweet chassis with my nice crystal focus LS underneath here. DC added me some accent LEDs there, a little bar graph. As you can see, awesome job here. The inner workings of this lightsaber, and we cannot forget that yes, there is a crystal chamber, and it's viridian, and it's amazing, and it's got the sweetest crystal in there, and it's got some of the sweetest. Oh, I wish this camera would focus on this. Let's see. You gotta get in there and see some of that. It's so nice. I don't know if the camera's gonna get this. How do I focus this? Oh, there we go, there's something. Okay, so you can see the detail that was put into this. Really awesome crystal chamber. Look at that sweet circuitry style etching. Oh, it's so nice. It's got some weight to it. One of the best things about it too, that you guys can't see but I can feel, is that there's a vibe motor in here. So when you're playing with a lightsaber, it really feels like a real lightsaber, you guys. I mean, it is vibrating as if it had the power, you know? Amazing. Look at that pulsating crystal. Darth Chasm mixed me the perfect viridian and found just the perfect crystal. I'll show you guys with a blade in it. You can just, unfortunately we're going to cover up the beautiful inside. With this knurled handle, when you turn it on and you got that vibe motor, that's a nice feeling, because it feels like a real weapon. It feels like it's real. And then when you stick this blade in, this blade also so bright, it just looks real. I just love the way that goes in. So nicely done. DC just outdid himself with this one. And this is called, like I said, it's called the Jedi Assassin, but he has a code name for it. It's like the DCL 005, I think it's the code name. And he's got like a DC 006 coming out, or, you know, an 007, I don't know what it is. But you guys should check out some of those builds that he's making. It's really nice. So this is my favorite green color. Viridian, feels great, vibrating subtly. We have a white flash on clash of this blade. I'm sure you'll be able to tell. Super bright, super nice. Love the way that color looks with this hilt. So this lightsaber is actually, right now you guys can go vote on this as the best lightsaber of 2017 on the Rebel Armory. You can join for free. You can go to the Rebel Armory as a guest. I'm not sure you can be able to vote as a guest, but you can go there and join for free and then vote. So this is under the tab of one of the best lightsabers of 2017. And I do think it is, you guys. It's maybe just because it's mine, but I haven't, you know, held the other ones, obviously. But this one is just so sweet. It's a shame it's taken me so long to reveal it to you guys. But like I said, it did just go up as one of the best lightsabers of 2017, and you guys can go vote that way if you want at the Rebel Armory. But I did want to show you guys this lightsaber for a really long time. Just think it's so sweet. I think it lines up with the story I have perfectly. It's the type of lightsaber that I would carry if I was a Jedi assassin.